Hi everybody, welcome to the first card in January's card class. A very warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for taking part in this month's class. I really do appreciate it. This class is focused all around the All Squared Away bundle that features in the annual catalogue, so I do hope you enjoy it. I've matched the bundle with some new papers that are in the mini catalogue, and I hope you'll agree they are pretty special. So for this first video, everything that I'm using I have already cut and scored. The measurements are in the video, in the email. If you found this video, it means you found the email, which is good news. So let's make a start. You are first of all going to need a Night of Navy card base. I've done mine as a tent fold card, meaning it stands like a tent. And the best advice I can give you with these sorts of cards is to make sure that your score line is nicely creased. What that does is that then makes sure that your card stands really, really nicely. Okay, the basis of this card is really simple. It's a really great way to use small pieces of designer series papers to bring your card together. So I have chosen 3 different patterns. I have this kind of abstract pattern. On the back you have this blue and white check. We have this navy pattern with the gold flashes, gold splashes. On the back we've got this lovely stripe. And then I've gone for this speckled sort of pattern, and on the back is the green ombre sort of style. So what you're going to do is you've got a piece of basic white card. This measures 10 centimetres by 14.4. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by just placing your strips of designer series paper onto your card. First of all, check that they obviously fit, and then you can go ahead and you can stick those down. Okay, I'm just going to use Tombow for this today, or liquid glue. And it's entirely up to you what papers you use. You may choose to do something entirely different. If you do something different, please share it with me. I love to see different takes on the designs that I create for you all. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just leaving a border of white card showing through between each piece. Just like so. Lovely. Now before we attach that to our card front, what we're going to do is we're going to attach some ribbon round. Now your ribbon in your kit is pink. I'm going to add some navy ribbon to this just because I ran out of the pink. Okay. So take your piece of card and you want to cut it off so you know you've got enough, and then before you tie that down, you want to just flip it over. Once you've got it in place, flip it over. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of tear and tape, and I'm starting a brand new roll. I love starting new rolls of tear and tape. So we're just going to hold this in place. Okay. And then holding that like so. We can add our glue to the back. And then making sure that it's going on the right way, we can attach that whole piece to the front of our card. Now this is one of those designs that I've done time and time again. It's a real tried and tested design. It just works, and what I love about it is that it's a great way to use up scraps of DSP that we all hoard, and it's suitable for any sort of occasion, and you can really make them look different with the papers that you use. Okay, so that is our little bow tied. Just going to snip those ends off a little bit shorter. Lovely. Now what I've done on this card is I've tied a little bit of linen thread around as well. You're very welcome to do that. I'm going to do an alternative alternative on this card so you can see how it looks a little bit different. And then we need to do a spot of stamping. So I'm going to take my hexagon die and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on there. I'm going to use some Night of Navy ink. And I'm going to stamp it so that the hexagons has straight lines at the top and at the bottom. And I'm going to stamp that towards the left of the rectangle. There. I'm just going to put the lid on my glue. I'm trying to be more aware of putting lids on things this year. And we're going to stick that straight away down onto our card. Now you have two ways with this card. So you see here, the edge of my hexagon on this one has been frayed. So you do that by taking your piece of your hexagon and you just run the edge of your scissors down the edge so you get that little frayed look. Okay, some people really don't like that technique. It's a bit like scraping your fingernails down a chalkboard to some people. If you like it, great. If you don't feel like you have to use it. I'm going to do on this card without it, so you get a little bit of a sample of what it looks like without it. So we're sticking our hexagon on, and I've stuck that down with some foam pads. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a teeny bit of ink splashing. And in your kit you should have some little flowers. So you should have one of those, and there should be a rounder flower as well, which I have here. Okay, so you've got your 3 white flowers, and again this is a technique, feel free to use it, feel free not to. So I'm taking my Night of Navy Stampin' Blend and I'm going to add a little bit of speckle to those 3 flowers, just to take create a different look than using them just as plain white. So take the tip of your felt tip end and just carefully add a little bit of ink splatter. I've not been too firm with it because I just want little splatters. Can you see that there? And we can now stick those onto our card. We're going to use glue dots for that. I'm just going to grab my glue dots, and I find the best way to do this is to put your shape onto your glue dot like so, and then you might want to use your scissors to lift them slightly. Take that off like so, and then we're just going to place these on our card, and it doesn't matter if you see the glue dot because we're going to cover that up in a moment with some sequins. Okay. So there are my 3 little flowers done. And then I'm going to take my sequins. So you've got a selection of sequins and champagne rhinestones in your kit. I've only used the champagne rhinestones on 1 card, the rest have all been sequins. Now these sequins come from the annual catalogue, and they are the Artistry Blooms adhesive backed sequins. So I'm going to use these sort of dark purpley ones, dark pink ones. I'm just going to add them to the centre of my flowers. Okay. And then I'm going to add just a few in and around the card to just add a bit of sparkle. I do enjoy a bit of sparkle on my cards. And then we'll just put one down here. Okay. And then we've got the centre of the card to do. I'm going to pop them over there. In the centre of your card you've got just another little bit of stamping. So we'll take our white piece. This is the same measurement as the piece that we've done for the front. And if I remember correctly, it's 10 centimetres by 14.4. We're going to stamp out "You Are So Worth Celebrating" sentiment at the bottom. That's with Night of Navy again. And then we can stick that inside our card to bring it all together. Okay, and there we have it. That is our first card design complete. So a slight difference on this card, you've got the same designer series papers, you've got a different bit of ribbon, and I've not done the scraping around the edge or fraying around the edge of that hexagon. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy putting it together. If you have any questions, please get in touch. Bye.